Good morning, YouTube. Thought I'd do a short video this morning to kind of cover with you a couple of vintage tools I've had laying around for quite a while, and they actually have a little history, been in the family for a while. So first one that I'll show you is, you can tell by the box here, it's an old Skilsaw in the original box, and this was my dad's that he bought probably soon after the Second World War, I guess, in the mid to late 40s, right when he got home from the war, that he started building some houses. And this thing has been sitting around for God knows how long, and I actually took it completely apart here a few years back and took the brushes out. I was actually able to buy some new brushes for it, as a matter of fact, and put them in here, and it works pretty well. This is an 8 1/4 inch Skilsaw, so I don't think you'd call it the 77, but 'cause I think most of those were 7 1/4 inch. You can see right there, it's a model 825, meaning 8 1/4 inch. It's 14 amps and made by Skilsaw Inc. in Chicago, Illinois. Now I think Skill has undergone a couple of corporate changes over the years. But anyway, this is kind of an interesting saw. It is heavy. Now I'll tell you what, that thing, to work that around all day would be a chore. Now, by comparison, I've got a DeWalt worm drive, 7 1/4 inch worm drive, that I'll guess is, it's not quite half the weight as this one, but it's probably close to it. I can at least pull that one, hold that one up reasonably easy. This one, not so much. That bad boy, if you're lugging that around a building site, you're going to develop some arm strength over a couple days and weeks and years using that one. So this one still works pretty good. It probably needs a little oil. Actually it does. The gearbox is actually leaking a little oil. But anyway, that's quite the old saw. And so I'm guessing, like I said, that was probably late 40s. So that's probably what, hitting on 70 years old now. Now this is the original box that Skilsaw came in. And you can see it says Skilsaw right there, and I think down here it says Chicago, Illinois, but I'm not 100% sure. Inside, lubricate often and keep the blades sharp, and most everything it would fits right in there with your cord and your blades and everything else. And like you can see, it's been leaking a little gear oil out of the gearbox. But that's the original box that it came in. Or got another old drill here that was in my dad's stuff when we cleaned out the house and the shop and the garage and everything else. And this one had been in use, I think, as long as I can ever remember, at least. It's a Thor, and I remember using this as a little kid in Dad's shop, using it to drill rivet holes to reline brake bands for yarders back in probably the late 50s and early 60s. And I was probably just big enough to hold that at the time. And it used to have a countersink on it. And once Dad drilled the holes, he'd give that to me, and I'd go around and countersink them all. And then we'd put in the rivets. But that son of a gun has been around for a long time. So I'm not sure, this thing probably doesn't run anymore. I had it running at one point, and I think it's just so wore out, probably the armature and whatnot is shot. But anyway, I still hang on to it, and for old time's sake. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just some good old vintage tools that are early adaptations. They've been adapted over the years, and particularly that Skilsaw is still one of the standards of the building industry, only obviously a newer model. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like the video, and hit the likes, and hit that bell, and I'll you'll get notices for any other videos that the Elwell boy might post. Take care.